Okay, so I found out Ginger's mom is a jogger. I said, well, why don't you take her jogging? So she's been taking her for like 5 or 15 minutes. And just now, she told me that it's kind of, it can be kind of hard because she keeps trying to give her treats. Look, so if you're jogging, even in walking, I usually don't use a lot of treats. I use a lot of treats during heel drills. So this is what I said. I told her to be taking her to, there's a little park by her house and she goes to another trail. You go, you immediately get out and do heel drills. You get her focused on you for about 3 minutes, right? And then you let her, well, first you let her kind of pee. Then you do heel drills, right? And then you get her focused on you. Then now we can go, okay, let's go. So then you're jogging. Why do you want to get, so she gets distracted real easily when she's walking, right? So, and she's a prong collar walker, right? So what happens is when you get moving, they get into drive, they get less distracted by other stuff, right? See, she's right? Good. So you can just jog, right? See, this is fun. This is fun for her. She doesn't need treats while you're doing this. You just jog. Good girl. Now here, now you can bring it down, right? Now you bring it down. Good. And so you do heel drills. When she moves, now you can give her treats, right? Because now, when you're jogging, she's going to be more focused on you because you're more fun than the other stuff. The motion is fun, right? So, right here, we're walking. Now she's distracted by crap. She's got to do a lot of, right? That's heel drills. Just direction changes. Good. Then you can, if you're trying to walk, you can correct that, right? And so on a slip lead or on the martingale, you have to do pretty hard. Uh, what was I gonna say? Whereas on the prong collar, she was saying that she had her on the martingale and she's starting to walk, and she actually had to do it pretty hard. And I was like, yeah, that's because when they get used to the prong collar is good for the people, so you don't have to do it hard. The thing is, when they get used to it and you try to go to the other stuff, you got to transition off. Then if you're using corrections, then you got to go a little harder, right? Good. Sit. Good. Heel. They don't need food every time at a certain point, right? In the beginning, they need food every time. Well, if you're used to food, we should. Hey, are you looking for leftovers? Right? So, anyways, like on the jog, I wouldn't use the prong collar, though I think you could. I just have never seen anybody, right? But I wouldn't use treats either. I wouldn't use treats. Like here, you could, like say you're slow down walking. Good. You absolutely can use treats all the time while you're walking. I don't like to, but you could. It gets the results. Yeah, she's looking for leftovers. Good girl. So if you notice any of her other walking videos, when I say that's a correction, you can't even tell, right? You can barely see that I'm moving my fingers in order to give her the correction because the tool makes it where you don't have to do as much. So when they're focused on something else, the only way to break that focus is to be exciting, right? So usually what I do is when it's something on the ground, good girl. Sit. Good. Heel. When it's something on the ground, I'll usually correct it because I don't want them picking stuff up because they don't need to. It's not a big deal. But say it's something else, like she's distracted by a squirrel over there, I'll go, yeah, good girl, right? So that physical touch breaks her train of thought of that squirrel. I want that squirrel, I want that squirrel. So that physical touch and then the motion gets her back into it. right? Right, and because that's a good girl. Because she's on the slip lead, I would have to do even harder, right? If I was going to correct it. Good girl. There's some food right there. That's leftovers from what's his name, right? Good, right? She was looking for the squirrel, looked away. Here, hey, down. Nope, down. Nope. Good. Heel. Kind of lost my train of thought now. We're at 6 minutes, right? So I don't know. Did I have a plan of what I was going to say? Oh yeah, using tools during jogging, and the fact that jogging is more exciting, right? So see there, she wanted to pull off. Let's correct that crap. She's on the slip lead now because her mama took the leash back. My little leash. Good girl. But oh, that's what she said too. She's like, yeah, I had to do it pretty firm, and I felt bad. I was like, why would you feel bad? She was acting crazy. If you do too soft of a, if you're gonna correct and you do too soft of a correction when they're acting crazy, dude, it's not gonna do nothing. You're just making yourself frustrated, which means you're then gonna do too firm of a correction when you need to go firmer. And that's where all the conflict comes in. Is people try to be too soft. Dude, just stop it as early in the arousal as possible, right? They're starting to get excited, then you can do super soft correction. Then all of a sudden they're focused. Now we can reward them for being focused, right? Ain't that big a deal. Uh, Good girl, sit. All right, break. I didn't bring water.